another Star Nations member were here, they would say a similar thing but in a different way. You know, Elvis sings a song his way, and Mariah Carey sings a song her way, but it's still music. The UFO community has a very hard time with that because they don't understand that we're dealing with the same truth, you know, but through the instrument it has a different shape. If you like listening to me, and there's not very many, that's great. If you like listening to other people, that's great. But there's a lot of disinformation. How are we doing on time? Okay, on to the good stuff. So, the UFO disclosure is very interesting because, and a lot of this now is starting to happen because Star Nations itself has made some important decisions in the last few years. The members have decided humanity doesn't have the capacity to get this thing out in the open. They simply don't. If Star Nations didn't do anything at all, or just maintain what they used to do, this thing would be secret. The Earth would be destroyed. The Earth was actually, and I've said this before, the Earth did not make it. It was intervened and it was rescued. So those involved with the rescue are now committed to ensuring that human society goes forward, and the UFO starship, star people truth is part of that now. And it's seen that humans either don't have the capacity or don't have enough of the interests or are lacking the willpower. In either way, wherever you slice it, however you slice it, the human beings can't do it. Whether they don't want to, they're not interested, whether they've been brainwashed to wait for an authority to tell them, or whether they just simply don't have the lifting power. All of these combined, the world is complicated. All of this combined has resulted in this stupidity, this utter stupidity and childishness, because obviously people who know the truth, it's a very simple idea. There are starships and there are advanced races from other planets. They're not monsters, they're not acid-blooded mass murderers. They're not invading Earth. Earth hasn't been invaded in 2,000 years. There's never been an alien invasion. So obviously, you know, there's a lot of confusion. So when Star Nations decided, listen, by the end of December of this year, 2010, and following in the work of Dr. Richard Boylan, who is a very active and who is, you know, he is part of the human voice that Star Nations, the council members can rely on to understand human thinking, because Stellan people, you know, any person that is a million years ahead of you, that's a lot of generations. It's like meeting your great-great-grandfather, and he's like thinking, I used to eat carrots for dinner, and you know, look how strong I am. And then you're thinking, you know, Grandpa, we need a lot more calories in carrots. You know, there's a huge difference. I imagine a million years. So the Stellan people, who are millions of years ahead of human people, they can't properly relate to human beings because they've learned all the lessons. They understand all the simple things. They're well beyond religion. They're well beyond spirituality. They're into the mainframe. They're into the computer. You know, they're dealing with bits and bytes. And here we're trying to kill each other. We're fighting for our rights. We're facing the Illuminati. You know, all these stupid things, which are just really childish to somebody who's really advanced. So they rely on people on the ground, aware humans, spiritual people, to get a sense of what's needed. They decided, listen, okay, we need now to tell people about, to have them know about that there are UFOs and there are people, and they've been negotiating and cooperating with governments and military. The Pentagon, the CIA, they all know this. The leaders of the world know. Now, so all this energy is now pushing forward. And so what I've discovered is that when I now try to make a contact or try to access knowledge to help this process, I'm discovering that a lot of it's been locked up. It's been encrypted in the upper dimensions. Now, some of you, I might lose you, but if some of you understand the multiple dimensions, the astral planes, that these gatekeepers, these sorcerers, who don't want you to know because that would take away their power, that would change their relationship, and that would expose them, that would change the whole nature of the world. So what they've done, if they've taken the knowledge and they've put it in higher planes and they've encrypted it. No, they've literally, but we're talking magic here. Magic is something you understand, but it's really a science, it's a technology, because we're dealing with a very advanced machine, a cosmic machine. So let's use the idea of magic. These magicians, right, taken the information and to a higher dimension, not accessible by people, because these people are masters, these magicians are masters, and they've locked it and encrypted it. They've secured it, they've protected it with passwords, they've even put defense systems to protect it. So as a normal person, even in your wildest dream, your most incredible meditative event, you can't access that plane. If you could access that plane, you don't have the encryption codes, the key. You don't have the password, and you can't get past the defense. So what's happened with with the Julian Assange and the WikiLeaks is someone hacked into the Pentagon. I can't hack into the Pentagon. So someone hacked into the Pentagon and retrieved this information and gave it to a middleman, Julian Assange, who had an organization to distribute information. So there was a hacker who had the ability to hack into the database that's been encrypted and protected, to release the knowledge and to reveal it to the people in whatever increment they've decided on. And there's a lot of resistance, there's a lot of attacks now, and they're trying to use WikiLeaks as a tool for further terrorism, further tyranny. But besides all that, it's a similar thing happening in the UFO business, that the UFO knowledge was encrypted at a very high dimension and no one could access it. So what's happened is now, what I've noticed is that this information now is, people have accessed it, and it's filtering through the dimensions, and it's going to be released onto the physical plane. How are we doing? So there's a lot of stuff going on. There are multiple dimensions. We're almost out of time. So I want people to understand that the UFO knowledge was blocked on multiple dimensions in multiple instances. In other words, this dimension, this knowledge was blocked, this dimension, that knowledge was blocked, and so on and so forth. But now we're reaching, the truth, that they're going to be here, But that's, again, going to open up more things, more information, more knowledge, more ideas. And there's going to be a lot of interference. If you believe in the multiple dimensions, if you believe that your thoughts count, I want to leave you with this. Every time you hold back the truth, a child dies. And every time you allow the truth, a child is born. So with that, I wish you all well.